The Startup Loan Company appoints 12 startup ambassadors. Businesses continue to apply for Bounce Back and CBILS loans, but the rate of increase is dropping off, and a lockdown surge in new company registrations. All of this in the latest Business Finance Bulletin. When you start up in business, I'm sure you'll agree that you need all the help and support that you can get. Well, a Startup Loan Company, which is a government organisation overseen by the British Business Bank and provides financial loans to UK startups, has just announced its latest batch of 12 startup ambassadors. Now, they say the Startup Loan Company has been going since 2012, and during that time, it's issued 78,000 loans, with loans totalling £633 million. Now, these startup ambassadors are obviously there to champion the cause and also provide support to all these new startups. Now, these ambassadors, they're spread across the UK and cover sectors such as aromatherapy, accountancy, craft shops, all sorts of different sectors. And these are businesses that obtained loans from the Startup Loan Company when they started out on their entrepreneurial journey and are now running successful businesses. So who better to kind of inspire UK's new batch of entrepreneurs? So great news there from the Startup Loan Company. And if you want to know more about what they do, if you're thinking of starting a business, then just go along to their website, which is startuploans.co.uk. Let's move on now to a monthly look at levels of activity in the Bounce Back and CBILS loan market. As you know, the application deadline has been extended to the 31st of January. So if you have been negatively affected by COVID and you are in need of additional funding, you've still got some time to apply. So the latest monthly figures have now been released by HM Treasury and the British Business Bank up until mid-November. Since the start of the scheme to mid-November, the total amount of money advanced so far comes to £65.5 billion. In terms of the number of loans drawn, well, that amounts to 1,476,042 loans. Now, because the figures are now being released monthly, we can start to have a look at some kind of trends. Now, it's interesting. If we look at the total amount of money advanced in the month to mid-November, that was an increase of 7.5% compared to mid-October. However, if we can look at the increase between mid-September and mid-October, the previous month, the increase then was 11%. So we can see early signs that the scheme is starting to tail off a bit, where businesses that needed to apply have already done so. So let's move on to have a look at the numbers of facilities and amounts lent under each of the schemes. So first of all, the Bounce Back Loan Scheme, well, there the total amount lent has now come to £42.2 billion. In terms of the total number of facilities, that comes to 1,397,475 loans. Turning to the smaller of the two, the CBILS scheme, well, the total amount of money lent there now comes to £18.46 billion, with loans totaling 77,909. So we can see the Bounce Back Loan Scheme remains the most popular. And of course, you now have the ability to top up your loan if you didn't get your full allocation first time round. If you are in that position, just go along to your Bounce Back loan lender and ask them if they are doing top-ups and apply for that facility. But of course, as I mentioned in previous bulletins, please only take the debt on if it's totally essential and it's the right thing to do for you and your business. Let's close this bulletin where we began, by taking a look at startups. An interesting survey has been carried out by Capital on Tap, the short-term loan provider. And they've taken a look at the number of new companies that have been registered at Companies House from lockdown to the end of September. During that period, the Capital on Tap have found that there have been 375,670 new companies registered from mid-March up until the end of September. They've also taken a look at where are the entrepreneurial hotspots. Well, perhaps not surprisingly, the number one area is London, followed in second place by the Southeast, and in third place, the Northwest. But one interesting one, though, they've taken a look at the sectors. What sectors particularly are proving popular? Well, the number one perhaps not surprisingly, is online retailing. Yet many people starting either second businesses or primary businesses by undertaking online retailing, given the rising popularity of the internet. The second most popular company registered segment is property development, followed by management consultancy. We can see it's great to see that there are a new kind of breed of entrepreneurs coming through. All of these people proactively starting businesses, which augurs well for 2021. Well, here we are at the end of another bulletin. As ever, I hope you enjoyed watching it. And of course, if you did, please don't forget to give it a like, a share, and subscribe to this channel. So that's it. Look forward to being with you again next time. In the meantime, have a great, successful, profitable, and safe week.